Welcome back to Let's Talk Math with Mr. Apana. We are going to be talking about lesson 4 in measure area. So you can see in the background we've got our old lesson back there, but today let's start on page 845 and take a look at the first example. So if we look, it says the Perez family wants to put the sandbox shown in their backyard. What is the area of the sandbox? And just a recap, remember the area is the number of square units or units needed to cover a figure without overlapping. So when we look here on there, it tells us that it's 10 feet by 5 feet. So again, we're going to pretend these blocks are in feet this time. So let's count. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's my 10 feet. And then I have my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for my 5 feet. So here's my sandbox and even a little red shovel kind of looking thing there. Now let's take a look there. There is a breakdown where it says how many units are there altogether. There are blank unit squares, so there are blank square feet. Well, let's count these here. It's going to take us a little bit, but that's okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. So the area of this sandbox that's 5 feet width and 10 feet length is going to be 50 square units. Well, like we said, these are feet, so we're going to say there are 50 square feet. So the area of the sandbox is 50 square feet. Now there is a formula down below of A for area equals length times width. Now you can count every single box in the area if you'd like to, but if you follow that formula, it's going to kind of break it down in the same way, because it's going to kind of break down the shape into groups of certain numbers. So either groups of your length or groups of your width. So let's take example. Let's say we go by the width and the length. So, well, the length is 10, right? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for my length, and my width is 5. Well, that would mean that in each one of these rows here, or columns, there's going to be 5. So if I have 10 columns of 5, well, that's 5, it's going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So that's a little bit quicker way, and it'd be the same thing as doing 10 times 5. And you can either even do 5 times 10 because of the commutative property, right? Now, let's go ahead and we're going to take a look at example 2 on that page, or on the next page, on page 846, and it's going to give us a square that is 8 meters by 8 meters, or it's a square. So you know it's 8 and 8, all the sides are going to be 8. Now again, now it's starting to get a little longer. I can sit here and I can count every single square if I want, or we can take a look at the area formula, the length times the width. Well, a square, there is no difference between the length and the width. So the area of a square is going to be area equals S times S, where S is going to be the side. So if one side is 8, the other side is 8, just like in our example with the sandbox, I actually have 8 columns of 8, right? There's one column. This is my second column. So I have 8 columns of 8, so I can skip count by 8. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, and 64. Or I can just do 8 times 8, which is pretty much what I just did, to get a total of 64 units there. But these units are meters, so it'd be 64 square meters. Remember, when you're doing area, you have to add that square part, because you're talking about this whole square, because it's taking up that area, not just the length like we were doing with perimeter. Perimeter is just this length, where the area is the whole box, the whole face of the square. Right? So on the next video, I'm going to cover some of these sample problems, and we'll get a little bit more into measuring area. Catch you on the next one.